Before we get started, I want to make this clear. This is not an educational video about Roe v. versus Wade. If you are alive, if you are in America, if you just live anywhere on this planet, you know exactly what the Supreme Court system is doing. You know what they have done, what's already in place. You understand how bad it is. And if you do need information about what's going on here in America, there are plenty, millions of different outlets that are covering this topic of what's going on in our history. But what I am here to say about Roe v. Wade is that if there isn't nothing that has happened in the history of mankind that has opened up society's eyes of how fucked up this government is, of how much this will affect millions of women, how this could potentially kill innocent women and hurt them, taking away our sex education, taking away contraceptives, taking away abortions. It's just exactly like the Prohibition era. People are still going to make alcohol even if you make it illegal. People are still going to perform abortions even if it's illegal, because that is our right. And if you have learned nothing in the entirety of you living on this planet, no matter what country, no matter what state, what city, what continent you live on, you need to know that your rights, your human rights, the things that are assigned to you when you come into this beautiful world, if you do not understand that this is the exact thing that you need to be fighting for more than anything else, then things like this happen to us. I can't blame nobody but ourselves in society. I can't blame anybody else, because we were the ones that didn't go outside and vote. We were the ones that don't take things seriously. The problem is that nobody feels like they should be the one to speak up. They should be the one to march, to protest, to vote, and go out and do things. So many people, they have families, they have children, they have jobs, they have their own lives, and they think that's none of my business. If I'm not a politician, I'm going to stay out of it. If I'm not an activist, if I'm not a government figure, I'm going to stay out of it. So many of us are walking around here. If you have a heartbeat, if you have a pulse, if you have lungs, bones, if you have a body, a vessel, you are somebody of importance. You either have the people that are head deep into politics, or you have the ones that feel like they don't want anything to do with it. But if you don't see it now more than ever since you've been on this planet, that you need to get out there and vote, that you need to get out there and fight for your human rights, and that you need to speak up. We need to stop living in times where this is none of my business, where that's no place for me to talk. That's not my room. We are past that. We have been past that for centuries now. And I don't understand what you do not get, what you do not understand. This is not a game, people. This is not a joke. This is not something that we're going to laugh about and it's going to change in the next 5 years, or it's just going to disappear. These are our lives. These are our lives that the government is playing with. Do you not understand that? That is what I'm trying to get into your head. This is your life. This is your daughter. This is your sister. This is your best friend. This is your girlfriend. This is your spouse. This is your mother. Lives that the government is playing with, toying with. And being an African American woman, a queer woman, this affects me in every single way that I walk on this planet. And I think now that because this shit has happened, now people want to fight, now people want to march, now people want to raise their hand. But this is what gets me, is that me personally, I know some of the smartest people you ever meet. Very intellectual, very academically smart, they're street smart. They have beautiful souls. And every day I get with these people and we have the most outrageous conversations when it comes to society, when it comes to the government, when it comes to making change, when it comes to activism and social injustice. We talk every single day, 24/7. We dump our thoughts, we dump our ideas. But the problem is that these people don't do nothing with it. They come to the room, they express how they feel, how we need to make change, how we should make change, and then they let the ideas that they have in their head die out in that room. And I understand the limelight is not for everybody. Being in the spotlight is not for everybody, but this more than ever is the time where you need to say fuck all that shit and you need to get out there and make your voice heard. If you know anything, if you comprehend anything that is truly happening right now in today's society, you should know more than anybody else that you need to be out there on them streets. Regardless if that's raising your fist, if that's voting, if that's screaming, if that's making videos, if that's writing books, if that's saying speeches, whatever it is you need to do to fight for your human rights, you need to be doing right now. We cannot keep living in that small mindset of this is no longer my business. This is no room for me to speak. I have no place here. I don't care if you feel like you don't have a place somewhere. You need to break down every single door that you see and walk into it. And you need to speak about your existence, about why you live on this planet. You need to speak about who you are and who you need to be and how you are human. Because today, more than others, the government is showing us how they are not seeing us as human beings, how they are not seeing us as women, as people that have heart and spirit and love through our veins. They don't see us as that. They see one small, very important organ of our bodies and say that is what I'll take control over. That is the problem with America, is that we are so in the mindset of power, of control. What can I do to have the authority over somebody else? What can I do to be the overhead of somebody, people, of a group of people, of a society of people? You cannot let that happen. Do you not understand that? You cannot let that happen. I don't care who you are, what class you come from, how rich or poor, what race you come from. You cannot let nobody, anybody, no system, no government tell you your worth, tell you what's important of you, tell you what you cannot have and what you can and cannot do with your body. And that is what we are letting them do. They are laughing in our faces. They are smirking. They are giggling and thinking this is fun. This is not funny. These are our lives they are juggling with. These are our lives they are playing with. And now, because we let them do that, we are the ones paying for it. Because us not getting up and getting out and voting and speaking and yelling and screaming for the top of our lungs for our freedom, for our rights, we caused this to ourselves. We live in the graves we buried. And you know what's next? Gay rights, contraceptives, sex education. That's what's next. The government is telling you they are going to strip you of every single thing you are worth and leave you with nothing. They only see you as a number. They only see you as a body. You are not human to them. You are not anything to them. And that's where you come in and electing people that see you, that hear you, that feel you, that understand that you are a human being. You are a soul. We live on a planet where we are not a soul. We are not human to these people. And because of that, we have to bite the bullet and now walk this earth in fear that if we're impregnated in some way, our chances of abortion are low, are gone. Your life isn't something you, anyone around you, the government, society should play with. You get one time to live on this planet. One time. You need to fight for how you want and how you need to live here. What's done is done. They've made up their choice. They've done the work. This is the time for us to open our eyes, fight back, show that we are louder, we are important, and that we do not allow this from them. This is our time to do exactly what we've been and what we were supposed to be doing 10 to 15 years ago. And when I say take action, I'm not saying feel as if you need to make change for one day. This needs to be consistent. This needs to keep going. You need to keep waking up and fighting. You need to keep waking up until you be heard. This isn't something that you just listen to and then 15 seconds later you forget about it and you go on about your day. You cannot go on about your day when it comes to your human rights, when it comes to your freedom, when it comes to your existence. You cannot keep overlooking that. Because if you keep showing the government that you do not care about your own worth, why should they care about you? We have to stop doing that to each other. We have to stop fake caring about things. So many of us think just because we tweet one thing that we've done something, that we've made change. No, you need to get your ass up and fucking fight. You need to get your ass up and show this government that you would not back down. The most easy people to walk over is the people that would not fight back. This isn't some type of clout. This isn't some woke movement I'm trying to start here. I'm telling you, this is your life. This is your well-being. This is your personal anatomy we're fighting for. This is no game. This is no joke. This isn't something we just gonna pride around with. Us fighting today will make a change for tomorrow.